Let's start with something that'll make you rethink what you know about endurance. During World War II, elite Allied units faced a brutal reality. Missions that demanded 48 to 72 hours of non-stop vigilance. No breaks, no coffee, no luxury of rest. Yet somehow many of these men stayed razor-sharp when others would have collapsed. This wasn't superstition, stimulants, or sheer willpower alone. It was a method, a forgotten sleep management system quietly refined by military doctors and field medics. This secret approach allowed soldiers to function far beyond the limits of normal fatigue. And once you understand how they did it, you'll see it wasn't about sleeping less, it was about sleeping smart. One of the biggest myths is that soldiers survived these sleepless stretches by chain-smoking or chugging coffee. In truth, excessive caffeine destroyed performance after just 24 hours. The British Special Operations Executive and the American OSS taught men to time caffeine intake with their rest cycles. They would only consume stimulants immediately after a micro-rest, not before. This kept adrenaline peaks aligned with natural cortisol rhythms and prevented the crash that followed random use. Some even chewed coffee grounds instead of drinking them, allowing slower absorption, steadier focus, and less dehydration. It was chemistry turned strategy, a lesson modern workers could still learn from today. Temperature control was another hidden factor. Soldiers were trained to raise or lower body heat slightly to signal wake or rest cycles. When they needed to stay alert, they exposed their wrists or neck to cold air or splashed water on their faces. To recover, they'd wrap themselves tightly in blankets and let warmth trigger relaxation. Even posture mattered. To avoid collapsing into deep sleep, soldiers resting during operations often sat upright or leaned at a shallow angle, disengaged but still ready to snap awake at the first sound of danger. This same principle works for civilians. If you've ever had to drive through the night, pull long shifts or stay up during emergencies, managing temperature and posture can dramatically affect fatigue. Cool air keeps you focused. Warmth prepares your body for brief recovery. Food discipline played a major part too. Sugar highs led to sharp crashes, so soldiers were trained to prioritize protein and fats. Tinned meat, biscuits, and even cod liver oil became endurance fuel. These slow-burning foods stabilized blood sugar and reduced mental fog. The British SAS famously used this during North African raids. Their packs contained concentrated pemmican and ration chocolate designed for sustained metabolism. Combined with the sleep rhythm method, it allowed small units to maintain focus through 3-day operations in scorching heat. The modern equivalent? Small handfuls of nuts, jerky or oats every few hours. Fuel steady, rest smart, stay sharp. Few of us today will ever face the intensity of wartime missions, but the science behind endurance hasn't changed. Whether you're pulling an all-nighter, working emergency response, or surviving off-grid, the same techniques apply. Start by scheduling 2-hour focus windows, followed by 10 to 15-minute disengagements. No screens, no talking, just deep, slow breathing with eyes closed. Take caffeine or energy boosts only right after those rests, not in the middle of fatigue. Keep your environment cool during work and warm during recovery. Eat lightly and often. And most importantly, never wait until you're exhausted to rest. Preempt fatigue. Don't chase it. These steps sound simple, but they mirror what elite soldiers once used to endure the impossible. Their secret wasn't superhuman toughness. It was rhythm and respect for biology. They didn't fight against the body, they worked with it. They proved endurance is not built from brute strength or stimulants, but from timing, awareness, and intelligent recovery. In a world that still glorifies sleepless hustle culture, this forgotten wartime method is a quiet reminder of something profound. Survival and performance depend not on how long you can push, but on how wisely you recover. The men who learned it outlasted exhaustion when the world was burning, and their lesson still holds power today for soldiers, survivors, and anyone chasing endurance under pressure.